The city of Boston, Massachusetts, was a blend of history and modern life. Brick buildings stood beside glass towers, and narrow cobblestone lanes opened into bustling streets filled with students, tourists, and workers rushing to their destinations. For Emily Parker, Boston had always been more than just a place to live. It was where she had studied, worked, and built her small circle of trusted friends. At 26, Emily had learned to value loyalty more than anything else, because her life had taught her that trust was fragile, and secrets had the power to shatter even the strongest bonds. Emily was a graphic designer, known for her creative mind and quiet determination. She worked in a design studio near the Charles River, and though her job was demanding, she loved creating stories through visuals. Yet behind her calm smile and focused attitude, Emily carried a weight in her heart, something she had hidden from everyone around her. Her best friend since college, Olivia Martinez, was the person she trusted the most. Olivia was cheerful, bold, and always the first to speak her mind. They had shared dorm rooms, long study nights, and even the occasional heartbreak over bad relationships. To Emily, Olivia was like family. Then there was Daniel Carter, a software engineer who lived in the same neighborhood. He and Emily had met at a community volunteering event 2 years ago and had stayed in touch ever since. Daniel was quiet and observant, with a kindness that drew people to him without effort. Emily often felt at ease in his presence, though she never admitted how much she valued his company. Everything seemed ordinary until that autumn evening when the calm fabric of Emily's life began to unravel. It was a late Friday, and Emily was working in the studio long after her colleagues had left. The only sound was the faint hum of the computer and the soft tap of her keyboard. She glanced at the clock, 10:15 p.m. She should have gone home hours ago, but deadlines left her no choice. Suddenly, her phone buzzed. The caller ID showed an unknown number. Emily hesitated, then answered. Emily Parker. The voice on the other end was firm, almost cold. Yes, this is Emily, she replied, unsure. You don't know me, but I know you. And I know what you've been hiding. Emily froze. Her heart pounded in her chest. Excuse me, who is this? The caller ignored her question. If you don't tell the truth soon, I will. Everyone you care about will know. Think about it, Emily. You have until tomorrow night. The line went dead. Emily sat still, her hands trembling slightly. She glanced around the empty studio as if expecting someone to step out of the shadows. But she was alone. Her secret, the one she had guarded for years, wasn't something she had ever spoken aloud. And now, someone else knew. The next morning, Emily couldn't shake the voice from her mind. She met Olivia for coffee at a cafe in Cambridge, trying to distract herself. Olivia, full of energy as always, was recounting her latest work drama. And then I told my boss, if you want results, you've got to give me the resources. Honestly, Emily, people underestimate me all the time, but, hey, are you even listening? Emily forced a smile. Sorry, I didn't sleep well. Olivia studied her for a moment, her nerves tightening with each passing second. Is something
Then she
wrong?
noticed a figure
Emily
standing
hesitated
near the fountain,
She wanted
wearing
to
a dark
confide in her
coat.
best friend, but fear
Slowly,
stopped her.
Emily
approached.
No,
the person
it's just
turned,
work
a man
stress.
she had never
Olivia
seen
didn't
before.
look convinced,
His face
but
was
she
sharp,
didn't push.
his eyes intense. Well, if you
need
need
me,
you
he
know
said
I'm
quietly.
here. Later
Who are
that
you?
evening,
Emily
demanded.
received
What
another
do you
message.
want from me?
This time,
the man
a text.
smirked. It's not about
Time's
what I
running
want.
out.
Meet
It's
me
about
at
the
Boston
truth
Common
you've
at
been
8
hiding.
p.m. if you
Do
want
you
to
really
keep your
think
life
no
the way
one
it
would
is.
find out?
Emily's
chest
chest tightened. I
Whoever
don't
this
know what
was,
you're talking
they
about.
weren't bluffing.
Oh, at
You do,
7:55
he replied,
p.m.,
pulling
she walked
something
into
from
his
his
coat
coat
pocket. The air
It
was
was a
crisp,
small
leaves
envelope.
crunching beneath
Inside
her
this
boots,
are
and the
documents,
city lights
proof
shimmered
of what
through the
happened years
branches.
ago.
If you don't tell the people closest to you, I will. Emily's hands shook as she took the envelope. She didn't open it, not yet. Why are you doing this? Because secrets destroy lives, Emily. And yours is about to come out. Before she could respond, the man walked away, disappearing into the night. Emily stood frozen, the envelope heavy in her hand. She wanted to tear it open, but fear held her back. When she finally got home, she locked the door and sat at her desk. Slowly, she slid her finger under the flap and opened the envelope. Inside were photographs, images from her past that she thought no one had ever seen. Her vision blurred as memories rushed back. Years ago, before she moved to Boston, Emily had been involved in something that could ruin her reputation forever. It wasn't illegal, but it was deeply personal, tied to a mistake she had made in her youth, one that had left scars she tried desperately to bury. Now, someone had the evidence. The next few days were torture. Emily couldn't focus at work, couldn't sleep at night. Every time her phone buzzed, her stomach twisted in knots. Olivia noticed her distress but couldn't get the truth out of her. Daniel, too, sensed something was wrong. One evening, Daniel stopped by her apartment to drop off a book she had lent him. When she opened the door, he studied her pale face. "Emily, are you okay? You look different." She forced a laugh. "Just tired." Daniel hesitated. "If you ever need to talk, I'm here. You know that, right?" Something in his voice, gentle but steady, made her want to spill everything. But she couldn't. Not yet. That night, another message arrived. "Tomorrow, midnight. If you don't tell them, I will. Boston Harbor." Emily stared at the screen, her heart racing. Whoever this was, they weren't going to stop. The next night, she walked toward the harbor. The water shimmered under the moonlight, boats rocking gently in the waves. She spotted the man again, waiting. "You're running out of time," he said. "Make a choice. Either you confess, or I'll expose you." Emily's voice trembled. "Why me? Why now?" The man leaned closer. "Because everyone deserves the truth. And you've hidden it long enough." Before she could respond, footsteps echoed behind her. Emily turned, and to her shock, Olivia and Daniel were there. Her stomach dropped. The man smirked, then disappeared into the shadows. Emily's two closest friends were now staring at her, confused and concerned. "What's going on, Emily?" Olivia asked. Daniel's voice was calm but firm. "Who was that man, and why did he say you're hiding something?" Emily's throat tightened. The moment she had feared had come. The secrets she had buried were about to surface, and nothing would ever be the same again. The night air around Boston Harbor felt heavier than ever. The faint glow of the moon reflected off the restless waves, but Emily's mind was too clouded to notice the beauty of it. She stood trembling between Olivia and Daniel, their worried eyes fixed on her. "Emily," Olivia whispered, stepping closer, "talk to us. Please. What's happening?" Emily's throat felt dry. She glanced back toward the shadows where the mysterious man had disappeared. His words still echoed. "Tell them the truth, or I will." Daniel spoke gently but firmly, "You don't have to carry this alone. Whatever it is, you can trust us." Trust. The very word made her chest ache. For years, she had hidden the truth, terrified of how people would see her if they knew. And now, standing here, she realized she couldn't run anymore. Her voice shook as she began. "Before I moved to Boston, before I met either of you, something happened. Something I've never told anyone." Olivia reached for her hand, squeezing it. "Go on." Emily took a shaky breath. "I used to live in Philadelphia. I was 20 when I made the worst mistake of my life. I trusted someone I shouldn't have. His name was Marcus. He was charming at first, kind, and he made me believe he cared about me. But it turned out he was using me. He involved me in something I had no idea was dangerous at the time." Daniel's brows furrowed. "Dangerous how?" Emily's eyes glistened with tears. "He worked for a private company that was later exposed for unethical practices. They were creating fake financial reports and tricking investors. Marcus asked me to design graphics and documents for him. I thought it was just freelance design work, until the investigation started. Suddenly, my name appeared on files linked to the scandal. People thought I was involved. My reputation was almost destroyed. I moved to Boston to start over. I never told anyone because I was ashamed. I didn't want to be judged for something I never intended to do." Silence hung in the air. Emily braced herself for anger, disappointment, or even rejection. But Olivia was the first to speak. "Emily, you were young. He tricked you. That doesn't make you guilty." Daniel nodded slowly. "She's right. You were caught in the middle of something bigger than you. But who was that man tonight? How does he know all this?" Emily shook her head. "I don't know. I've never seen him before. But he has photographs, documents, things I thought were gone." Daniel's jaw tightened. "Then he's not just some stranger. Someone gave him those files. Olivia crossed her arms, anger flashing in her eyes. So he's blackmailing you? Emily, this is serious. We need to figure out who he is and why he wants to ruin you now, after all these years. Emily's heart pounded. That's what scares me. If he exposes this without context, everyone will think I was guilty. I'll lose my job, my reputation, everything I've worked for. Daniel looked at her steadily. Then we'll find out who he is before he has the chance. For the first time in days, Emily felt a spark of hope. The following morning, the three of them met at Olivia's apartment. The city was alive with weekend energy, but inside, the atmosphere was tense. They spread out the photographs and documents the man had given Emily on the table. Olivia leaned over them, her sharp eyes scanning carefully. These weren't printed yesterday. The edges are old, and look here, this one has a company stamp from Philadelphia. Daniel picked up another sheet. But these files were supposed to be sealed during the investigation years ago. Emily, did you keep anything from back then? Emily shook her head quickly. No, I destroyed everything. I wanted to erase that chapter of my life. Then someone else kept them, Daniel said. And gave them to him. Olivia frowned, which means the question is, why now? Why come after Emily after all these years? Emily's phone buzzed, breaking the silence. A new message appeared on her screen. Tick, you've confessed to them. Good. But this is only the beginning. Meet me again, alone, if you want the whole truth. Her stomach dropped. The whole truth. She showed the message to Olivia and Daniel. He's playing games, Olivia muttered. And I don't like it. Daniel's eyes narrowed. Where's the meeting? Emily scrolled down. The text continued. Tomorrow. 9 p.m. The old warehouse near South Station. Don't bring anyone. Olivia slammed her hand on the table. No way are you going alone. Emily whispered, but if I don't, he'll expose me. Daniel leaned forward, his tone steady. Then we go with you, but carefully. If he wants you alone, we'll stay close enough to watch without being seen. Emily hesitated, but nodded. She couldn't face this stranger by herself. The next night, the warehouse loomed like a ghost of the past. Dark bricks, broken windows, and an eerie silence that made the hairs on Emily's arms stand up. She stepped inside slowly, the sound of her footsteps echoing. Emily, a voice called from the shadows. The man stepped forward, the same cold smile on his face. You brought your friends last time, he said. Did you tell them everything? Emily's hands clenched. Yes, I told them. But I still don't understand. Why are you doing this? What do you want from me? The man tilted his head. It's not what I want. It's what you deserve. Don't you want to know who betrayed you back then? Who handed over your name to the investigators? Who made sure you were blamed? Emily's breath caught. What are you talking about? The man's smile widened. You think Marcus was the only one who used you? No, Emily. There was someone else. Someone much closer to you. Emily shook her head. That's not possible. Oh, it is, the man said, his voice sharp. The person who exposed your name wasn't a stranger. It was someone you trusted. Emily's heart thundered in her chest. Memories flooded back, faces from her past, people she had trusted, friends she had leaned on. Could one of them have betrayed her? Before she could ask more, a noise outside made the man glance toward the door. We'll continue this later, he muttered, disappearing into the darkness before Emily could stop him. Daniel and Olivia rushed in seconds later. Are you okay? Daniel asked, scanning the shadows. Emily's voice trembled. He said, someone close to me betrayed me back then. Someone I trusted. Olivia's eyes widened. But who? Emily shook her head. I don't know, but I have to find out. The days that followed were restless. Emily couldn't shake the man's words from her mind. She began digging into her past, searching through old emails, messages, and records she had once buried. Late one night, while scrolling through an old hard drive, she found something, an email from years ago. At first glance, it seemed ordinary, but the sender's name made her freeze. It was from Olivia. The subject line, Emily's involvement. Her heart pounded as she opened it. The message was short, almost clinical, addressed to someone from the investigation team. It contained details about Emily's work for Marcus, details Emily had never shared with anyone. Tears blurred her vision. No, this can't be real. The one person she had trusted above all others, the one who had stood by her side through everything, had betrayed her. Her phone buzzed again. A new message from the mysterious man lit up the screen. Now you see the truth. All secrets are exposed. Emily dropped the phone, her hands trembling violently. Everything she thought she knew about her life, her friendships, her trust, it was crumbling before her eyes. And now, she had to decide, confront Olivia and demand answers, or pretend she never discovered the truth. But as the words echoed in her mind, Emily knew one thing for certain, there was no going back. Emily sat frozen in her small apartment, the glow of her laptop screen casting pale light across her tear-streaked face. The email from Olivia stared back at her, undeniable proof that the betrayal had come from the person she least expected. Her chest tightened as questions raced through her mind. Why would Olivia do this? Was their friendship ever real? Every memory they shared now felt tainted. The next morning, Emily forced herself to meet Daniel. She couldn't tell him yet, not until she knew the full truth. He noticed her pale face instantly. Emily, you look like you haven't slept at all. Did you find something? She hesitated, then whispered, yes. But I need more time before I say anything. Please trust me. Daniel studied her carefully but nodded. All right, just don't carry this alone. His kindness cut into her heart, and she wished she could lean on him fully, but the weight of betrayal was too heavy. That evening, Emily invited Olivia to the Boston Public Library, a place where they had spent hours together in the past, studying, laughing, and dreaming. The irony wasn't lost on her. This time she wasn't here to share dreams but to uncover lies. Olivia arrived, her warm smile unchanged, as if nothing was wrong. What's going on, Em? You sounded serious. Emily's hands trembled as she pulled out a printed copy of the email and placed it on the table. Olivia's smile faltered as her eyes scanned the page. The silence stretched unbearably. Finally, Olivia whispered, you weren't supposed to see this. Emily's voice cracked. So it's true. You betrayed me. You gave them my name. You ruined everything. Tears filled her eyes, but anger gave her strength. Olivia leaned back, her face pale. Emily, please, listen to me. It wasn't like that. I didn't want to hurt you. I was scared. The investigators came to me back then. They already suspected you. They pressured me to confirm. They said if I didn't, they'd come after me too. I panicked. I thought they'd protect you if I cooperated. Emily's heart twisted. Protect me? You handed me over like I was nothing. Do you have any idea what I went through because of that? Olivia's voice broke. I've regretted it every single day. That's why I've been by your side since you moved here. I wanted to make up for it, even if you never knew. Emily shook her head, tears streaming down. You should have told me the truth. All these years, you let me believe I was just unlucky, that Marcus was the only one. But it was you. Olivia's own tears fell freely. I was a coward. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. But Emily, you have to believe me, I never wanted you to suffer like that. Before Emily could respond, a figure appeared near the library entrance, the mysterious man. He walked slowly toward them, his eyes fixed on the two women. Daniel, who had been waiting outside, rushed in behind him. Stay away from her, Daniel barked. But the man only smirked. You finally see the truth now, don't you, Emily? I told you all secrets would be exposed. Olivia was the one who betrayed you. I simply wanted you to know. I was hired to make sure you never forgot. Emily turned sharply. Hired? By who? The man's expression hardened. By Marcus. He never